Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Bobby King, bringing you the latest and most powerful updates on the Iraqi dinar news. Today we're diving deep into the Central Bank of Iraq. Every single day they're speaking directly to the citizens about monetary reform, new policies, and the real steps forward. And here's the thing, this is not a secret. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your support keeps this community strong as we track every step of this historic change. There's something happening in Iraq that is so consistent, so loud, and yet so underappreciated outside its borders. The Central Bank of Iraq is speaking every single day to its citizens about monetary reform. They're not whispering. They're not hiding behind closed doors. They're openly outlining steps, procedures, and policies, what some call as reflect, to the Iraqi people. Let that sink in, every day. In a region where silence and secrecy have often been the norm, Iraq is charting a new path, an unprecedented public dialogue about one of the most sensitive and transformational issues in the country, its monetary future. And here's where it gets even more remarkable. For those of us watching the signs, the rhythm of the CBI's updates isn't random. It aligns directly with progress on 5 major areas of reform that will define Iraq's economic destiny. When you see these 5 issues move forward, the monetary news almost always gets more hopeful, more dramatic, more amazing, to borrow the word so many Iraqis are now using. Let's break them down. 1. The oil and gas law, the lifeblood of Iraq. Iraq sits on one of the largest energy reserves in the world. Yet, without a fair and transparent oil and gas law, the country's greatest resource has often fueled division instead of prosperity. The passage of this law isn't just a bureaucratic checkmark, it's the cornerstone of stability. When the oil and gas law moves forward, it signals to global investors that Iraq is serious about creating a predictable environment for contracts, partnerships, and revenue sharing. Every time this issue comes up in the headlines, the CBI's tone seems to sharpen, as if to say, yes, we're ready to back an economy that finally knows how to harness its wealth. 2. Banking reform. Beyond paper and tradition, Iraq's banking sector has long lagged behind global standards. For years, cash dominated, credit was a rarity, and trust in the system was thin at best. But the CBI isn't content to let Iraq remain in the financial dark ages. The push for a modern banking system, electronic payments, international compliance, digital access, isn't just cosmetic. It's existential. Every step forward on banking reform isn't just about convenience, it's about aligning Iraq with international norms. It's about saying, we belong in the world economy, and it's no accident that as these reforms move, the CBI becomes bolder in its daily communications about monetary change. 3. Expulsion of the Popular Mobilization Forces. Clearing the shadows. The Popular Mobilization Forces, once tolerated, even empowered, have become a shadow power that undermines sovereignty. Their removal, or at least their containment, signals something larger, Iraq reclaiming its independence from militias, factions, and outside interference. Monetary reform requires trust. Trust requires stability. And stability cannot coexist with armed groups pulling strings behind the scenes. Each headline about curbing the PMF resonates directly with the CBI's confidence. When the gun's quiet, the economy can speak. 4. The parallel market, ending the tug of war. For too long, Iraq's economy has been plagued by the parallel market, an unofficial, unregulated exchange system that undermines the dinar and destabilizes the financial system. This shadow market has allowed corruption to thrive, siphoning off value and eroding trust in official channels. The closer Iraq gets to dismantling or neutralizing this parallel market, the more loudly the CBI talks about reform. Why? Because a stable, transparent exchange rate is the bedrock of any currency reform. You cannot delete zeros or revalue a currency if half the economy is running off the books. 5. Project to delete the zeros. The tipping point, and here it is, the holy grail for many observers. The project to delete the zeros is not just symbolic, it's a structural shift. It's about moving Iraq from a currency that's weighed down by inflationary history to one that stands tall and competitive. Every time the government addresses this project, the CBI echoes with clarity and confidence. They want the people to know, this is not a secret, this is not speculation, this is policy in motion. The correlation we can't ignore. Here's the shocking part, and it's why you need to see the correlation clearly. The closer Iraq moves to resolving these 5 areas, the more amazing the monetary news becomes. It's not a coincidence. It's cause and effect. Oil and gas law gains traction? CBI raises its voice. Banking reform steps forward? CBI speaks of modernization. PMF pushed back? CBI hints at stability. Parallel market shrinking? CBI talks openly of balance. Deleting the zeros? CBI ties it to the people's future. This is a choreography. A sequence. A deliberate unveiling. Why this matters beyond Iraq for Iraqis, this is about dignity, prosperity, and reclaiming their nation's rightful place. But for the world, it's about watching a country transform in real time. The headlines may look scattered, but the pattern is undeniable. When progress is made in governance, law, and security, the CBI is right there, amplifying the message of reform. And here's the final point. This is not secret. The CBI is not hiding. They're telling their citizens exactly what's happening. Every day. For too long, Iraq was treated as a country forever trapped by its past, wars, sanctions, corruption, division. But listen closely now. The sound of daily reform updates, the steady drumbeat of monetary policy, the direct link to real reforms in oil, banking, security, markets, and currency, it's the sound of a nation determined to break free. The CBI isn't whispering change. They're declaring it. And the world should finally start listening. In the end, I want to ask all my friends watching to stay positive and patient, because patience truly is the key to success. Please subscribe to my channel and show your support. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Thank you so much.